Welcome back, everybody. Today, I'm checking out Ed Sheeran, Perfect. Now, what do I know about Ed Sheeran? Not a great deal. I recognise, The Shape of You from when that was on the radio, and I probably would recognise, like, other of his songs, right? I'm probably going to recognise this one. I've reacted to his song with Taylor Swift, Endgame, which, it's really cool. I enjoyed him in Yesterday, that sort of, well, it wasn't about the Beatles, the movie, was it? But, that movie, he was cool in that, man. He was funny. And I know that he's hard-working, man, and I know that he's a big deal. It's a friend of mine I used to live with, who's now a sound engineer for, like, quite a few successful artists, big artists. But anyway, back then when we lived together and he was just doing sound engineering, in really small venues and crappy pubs and that, I remember Ed Sheeran blowing up, and I remember him mentioning in previous years before Ed blew up that, like, he was just everywhere, all over the country. We would see him playing, like, tiny venues and just putting the work in, so... that's my knowledge so far of Ed Sheeran. But he's massive as well, isn't he? So I'm sure he can write a tune. So let's see what this is about. Actually, I've just remembered. What song was it of Ed Sheeran's where Ron Weasley's in the video? What's that? Rupert Grit? Rupert somebody? He's in the video, isn't he? I do remember seeing that Ed Sheeran, hearing whatever that song was by Ed Sheeran years ago, and seeing the video and thinking, oh, he looks like Ron Weasley. Completely not like... perhaps because I'd heard him, described maybe, but yeah, for like a long time, I thought he looked like Ron Weasley, but it was Ron Weasley in the video. Where's this, like Switzerland or something? It looks beautiful, doesn't it?
I found a love for me. Well, darling, just dive right in. Follow my lead. Well, I found a girl, beautiful and sweet. Well, I never knew you were the someone waiting for me. 'Cause we were just kids when we fell in love, not knowing what it was. I will not give you up this time. Oh, darling, just kiss me slow. Your heart is all I own.
This is cool, isn't it, man? This is sort of reminiscent of, I don't know, like Marvin Gaye or something, isn't it? He's got that tone to his voice, which I guess I've never sort of noticed in sort of passing, listening to his stuff, when I've heard it on the radio or something. But yeah, it's. I'm trying to think what other artists, even like, I don't know, Smokey Robinson and the Miracles or something, it's got that vibe to it, that tone. And I guess those clicks in the background are pretty... It's like you can see those influences in it, can't you, But then with that sort of slightly overdriven reverb guitar. And he's famous for, like, looping stuff live, that's kind of what he does, right? So I'm interested, I suppose, to explore some of his catalogue and his studio stuff to see how much he wanders from that, in the record, or how simple he keeps it.
And in your eyes, you're holding mine, baby. I'm dancing in the dark with you between my arms, barefoot on the grass, or listening to our favorite song. When you said you looked a mess,
His voice sounds class, doesn't it, man? And just even with the backing vocals coming in and stuff, it is very... very. What would the genre be of like what I'm talking about? You know, with Smokey, it's like R&B, isn't it? You know, like but like rhythm and blues rather than rhythm and beat. You know, I remember like I don't know, a long time ago, 15 years ago, I bought like an Atlantic Rhythm and Blues like 8 disc CD thing from HMV. And that was just I just loved like I'm not sure I could name a lot of the artists on it, but just beautiful to listen to, man. That was. I'm gonna have to try and dig that out. I haven't listened to that for years.
I whispered underneath my breath, but you heard it.
Let's take this back a bit, actually, man. Just the video is nice as well.
Like your
And I love Christmas.
in mine, baby, I'm dancing in the dark with you between my arms.
What do I recognise this girl from?
Barefoot on the grass, we're listening to our favorite song. When you said you looked a mess, I whispered underneath my breath, but you heard it. Darling, you look perfect tonight.
It's cool, isn't it,
Well, I
man?
found a
That's like a borrowed sentiment, or not, I mean, not purposely, but, you know, makes me think of Eric Clapton, Wonderful Tonight, you know, which what a beautiful song that is as well. But yeah, cool. It's cool to resolve down to that, you know. I love it.
perfect tonight.
And those strings coming in there as well, that's really cool.
Looked a mess, I whispered underneath my breath, but you heard it. Darling, you look perfect tonight. Well, I found a woman
Yeah.
stronger than anyone I know.
This is like, the production of this is just beautiful, isn't it, man? I'm always banging on about Murder Reactions. I love the stripped back versions of big songs usually, and I'm a big fan of simplicity, and I'm always banging on that, you know, the most important thing in a song is the melody, and, you know, everything else is decoration. But I love how that has just it's let his voice, you know, he's let his voice be exposed there just with the guitar and the finger clicks, and then the ever so quiet, you know, backing vocals coming in just to support it. And then when it resolved down to that, you look perfect tonight, the strings come in, and now we're going to get a little bit more, right? But it's not going to be overpowering, you know.
Darling, you look perfect tonight.
And the guitar changes, the finger.
Well, I found a woman stronger than anyone I know. She shares my dreams. I hope that someday I'll share her home. I found a love.
This is beautiful, man. I don't know, like, if I was not expecting to be as taken with Ed Sheeran as maybe some of the other artists I listen to. I don't know, you know. It's funny, I guess, the sort of subconscious prejudices you may have, but how beautiful is this, man? I mean, like, production-wise, the subtlety of those drums coming in, and then there's like a kick and a bass guitar just doing the same thing, but it's so like subtle. It is perfect, man. It is perfect.
Perfect tonight. Well, I found a woman stronger than anyone I know. She shares my dreams. I hope that someday I'll share her home.
Beautiful. I love that. You know, I found a woman stronger than anyone I know. She shares my dreams. What do you say? I hope one day to share a home. But like, that's a great sentiment, isn't it, man? And that's like got to be the most. Is that like one of the most important things in a relationship? You gotta. you've got to share the same dreams and the same ideals, right? Certainly room for like education, though. I know there's certainly room for me to be educated because men in general, I think, are women wiser in general, would you say? Are men always, to some degree, children? Maybe that's just a Western thing. Maybe that's just a me thing. I'm not too sure, man. But I love the sentiment of that, you know. And I love the sentiment of that.
Well, I found a woman stronger than anyone I know.
Me too, Ed. Me too.
She shares my dreams. I hope that someday I'll share her home. I found a love to carry more than just my secrets, to carry love, to carry children of our own. We are still kids, but we're so in love, fighting again.
This is just so cool, man. I mean, the beautifulness of the strings sort of doing melodies over here, and then, like I says, that the kick drum and that bass guitar just boom, 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 and sort of dancing around a little bit. The production of this song is just awesome. And then after all of that, what I said, it builds up slowly, and then finally you get the hi-hat coming in, you know. And I suspect maybe some cymbals further down the line. And his sentiment, I love. It really just is describing, you know, beauty in what in the desire for, like, I'm not even sure like how to articulate it, you know, but what I don't even need to, do I? Because he's doing it in a song, you know, and it's there for us all to see. But this is really cool.
Carry children of our own. We are still kids, but we're so in love, fighting against all odds.
Over here as well.
I know we'll be alright this time. Well, darling, just hold my hand, be my girl, I'll be your man. I see my future in your eyes. Baby, I'm dancing in the dark with you between my arms, barefoot on the grass, listening to our favorite song. When I saw you in that dress, looking so beautiful, I don't deserve this. Darling, you were perfect tonight. Baby, I'm dancing in the dark with you between my arms, barefoot on the grass,
Production is like
or
just
listening
gorgeous.
to our favorite song. I have faith in what I see. Now I know I have met an angel in person, and she
What a
looks
beautiful sentiment.
perfect. I don't deserve this. You
Feel it, bro.
look
I feel it.
perfect tonight.
Beautiful, beautiful, man. I get it now. Like, just, I don't know why I'm so surprised, or am I surprised? I'm not sure, but like, I guess the reason I delved into Taylor Swift was like, I'm just curious as to why. Well, I guess that's not the reason. Without a little nudge to react to Taylor Swift, you know, from my significant other, I wouldn't have probably, but that set me on the path of why are these artists, you know, so huge, you know, And it's a joy to sort of realise, you know, they're great, you know. Which everyone else, you know, most people already knew. But this was beautiful, man. This was beautiful. So let me know more Ed Sheeran ones to check out, you know. Singles, videos, live ones, whatever it is. And I'll check out some more. Thanks for joining me. Love to you. I'll see you soon.